Life may seem upside down, but it's also a matter of perspective, isn't it? Hello everyone. So I was walking through the woods today and a thought came to me that maybe I can document the course that I started on inner engineering yesterday. So some of you may know inner engineering is a course that Sadhguru has, and it's a course that takes you through a journey of self-realization in many ways. At least that's what the promise is. I've not gone through it completely. It's just been a day or so. So I wanted to kind of lay out my thoughts as to how the course has progressed for me to help out anybody who may be thinking about taking the course in the near future. So basically the way the course works is that it takes you through a 6-stage process. The first 6 stages are essentially lessons, which culminates into the 7th stage, which is called the Shambhavi Kriya, which is essentially a set of meditation that you do at the end of the 6-stage lessons. The lessons are primarily online video-based lessons that Sadhguru has given over the course of years, and they are nicely put together into a set of different topics that you'll go through. And some of these topics like basic self-realization, the meditative process itself, how to enter into a meditation. So those are the things that get covered in the first set that I did yesterday. So the basic premise of the course is it's in the topic itself, which is inner engineering. So engineering, as some of you may know or realize, is trying to make up something or make something work the way you want, and inner engineering is making your inner self work the way you want it to. I mean, life nowadays, of course, is stressful. There are so many things that are vying for your attention. So essentially, it's the same old cliched stuff in many ways, that how do you find inner peace and all that. And I had given a few courses a shot in the past, and I realized not every size fits everyone. There are things that you can find suitable for you and to your liking in one course or the other. And while I was planning to start inner engineering, I couldn't find too many resources. They were essentially advertisements for the course where all the good stuff was being talked about, but I didn't know whether it was right for me or not. Thankfully, I had my wife to lean on. She had done the course and she gave me an insight that you can give it a try. It's just a week's effort that is involved in it, so let's see how that goes. So staying on the topic of engineering, the basic premise of the course and the way the course starts is by telling you that the world can never be 100% working the way you want it to work, or so. Basically, it's not, the world will not work according to your choice, and how do you kind of construct your inner self to not get bothered by it. So given that not everything can be to your choice, what it comes down to then is that being unpleasant is also a choice. And there are various examples that they start off with, some of them pretty useful, and you can relate to it to a large extent. So that's where the whole premise starts off. So I've gone through a couple of lessons on the app now. So the premise with which it starts is by taking you through the meditative process, talking about the concept of desire. So the meditative process was pretty straightforward. Anybody who's done any form of yoga or any basic meditation can relate to it pretty easily. Even if you have not, I think it gives you a good starting point. I would say I have done a bit of meditation in the past, so I knew what was coming, and I think it was pretty much aligned to the way standard meditative processes work. Good ways to relax first, and then how to kind of control, or not control, but follow your breath in many ways, and ways to relax, keeping your spine up and all that stuff. I'll give it that for beginners, that's a very good start overall. The second topic, like I mentioned, they talked about desire and the whole premise of human beings being on the concept of desire overall. And I found the topic not properly addressed, honestly. The question where it started and the way that video kind of finishes off is not really coherent in many ways. In fact, they did try to address, in fact, there is a question right in the middle of the video from an audience member that we started off on that concept and veered away towards a lot of different things, but the whole answer to the concept of desires in human beings was left out. And then Sadhguru again starts on it, but again towards the end of it, I think the topic still veers off. There may be just like a 15-second mention of the overall thing in the video, and that video was 1 hour 10 minutes to be precise. So not really a very clear-cut thought through process or storyline there, so I'll give it maybe 5 out of 10 on that content itself. But let's see how things progress. There were some nice tidbits, but again, if you're starting off on a topic which is on desire, and that's what you're saying is the basic premise on which the humans function, I would have liked it to be addressed a little more in detail with clear answers. The other thing I found overall in this videos is that Sadhguru is kind of going about asking a lot of questions to people and trying to get an answer from them. To some point, that's good for a live environment, but if you are making canned videos which people will consume at a later point, it becomes dull, honestly. I mean, getting so many answers from folks who are present live in your environment may not be the best way to address this kind of topic. People would expect that there would be some direct knowledge that or inputs, so to say, that will come from Sadhguru in many ways. So hopefully the content of the video overall gets improved in the coming times. But on the second topic, I'll just give it maybe 5 out of 10 overall. Not to say anything wrong with the content itself, but I found it really wanting, honestly, at the end of the day.